One of the great things about living on Delmarva is being able to live in such close proximity to wildlife. A few weeks ago, I found a baby squirrel in the yard, and it turned out to be abandoned. We were not really sure what to do with it, but my wife kept the little guy alive through the night until we were able to get it in the hands of a wildlife rehabilitator. There aren't many of them around, but they're who you need to call if there's an abandoned or injured animal that needs help.
Hey guys, can I open you up? And they go in the box, they'll go back out. Here's some chestnuts.
Inside this cage are 6 young squirrels that wildlife rehabber Ruth Townsend of Laurel, Delaware is going to release in the next few weeks.
Wildlife rehabbers take in injured and sick and displaced animals, and they rehab them and then return them to the wild where there's appropriate habitat to support them.
Some animals come to Ruth as adults that have been injured, and many come to her as abandoned babies. For those, she's got to fill the role of mama.
You make a special formula and you pull it up in the syringe, put the nipple on, and you nurse them every 2 hours. In about 4 weeks, they'll start tasting walnuts. You give them walnuts that are shelled. By the time they're 12 weeks old, they should be pretty much weaned at eating on their own. Then you put them in a soft release cage, which is outside. You can't just take them out and turn them loose because they're scared. I mean, they are territorial. They have to know every tree, rock, and dog, and cat. So you put them in a cage and you let them get accustomed to the wild outdoors, and then you open the cage door and let them get on your feeders. And then they eat. Then they mix with the wild squirrels, and then they take off for the woods. That's how it goes. So you sort of just take mama's place, but you don't make them pets.
But Ruth wants to remind people that just because you find a wild animal doesn't always mean it's abandoned.
I ask them all the time, where is mom? You know, a baby deer, people call me about baby deer. And I say, where is the mother? And they say, well, we don't see her. I said, mother deer have their babies, and then they go away to attract dogs and predators to keep them away from the babies. I said, watch and see. And oftentimes they find that mother's creeping back and feeding and leaving baby in a safe place. It's better if mama takes care of it, but if she doesn't, if she's been killed or it's died of something, then we have to pitch in.
When you learn that Ruth and the few other wildlife rehabilitators on the shore rely on their own money and donations to support the animals they rescue, it's obvious Ruth does this simply for her love of animals.
And it just was natural, was the thing to do. And you like to feel like you help the environment, don't you? And contribute something. So that's how it happened. And I think every rehabber I've ever known has been an animal lover.
I guess you kind of have to be.
Yeah.